Hanie. Hi,
Najwa,
Doreen.
Hi, Najwa.
Nice to see you. Good, thank you. Okay. Nice to see both of you here today on our virtual session. If you have seen our last episode, so you would know our last episode on Personal Branding 101. So you would know that Doreen is my colleague from Career Development Unit IMU, International Medical University. And Hanie here is our guest speaker. Welcome, Hanie, to our session.
Thank you.
So if you have yet to watch our last session, it is not too late. You can still browse it on the video on our YouTube channel. IMU Industry Partnership and Career Development Unit. As you all know, this is our second session under the extended MCO, Talk with the Career Development Team, and today we are going to discuss on the topic, creating the foundation of you as a brand. Shall we begin, Doreen?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Okay, Hanie, I would like to start this topic with the question of how do the graduate start from the scratch for them to create the foundation in them as a brand?
Okay, this is what they say, creating your personal brand 101. I'm going to walk through all our participants into the proposed 5 steps, on designing this. Basically, the Y.O.U is an acronym for your own uniqueness, or what's your superpowers. So there are 5 steps in this Y.O.U. The 5 steps, we're going to start with step 1. Ponder a little bit more about what are you good at. So what are your superpowers? Don't think from vocation terms. And perhaps try to list down about 5 things that you're good at. For example, I am gifted as a person who can speak well in front of public, or I'm good at writing, or maybe another one of your superpowers is I have the ability to analyze complex issues. So that's step 1. Okay, let's start from that step. And the next one, which I think takes a little bit more time to figure out, but I'm sure you guys will be able to do this. I'm sure. So step 2 is, what do you believe in? Now this question is very, very crucial because this will be your core values and setting your moral compass. Take a piece of paper, a pen, sit down and write down the values you believe in. Pick at least 3, perhaps. Example of these values may sound like, honesty, integrity, courage, kindness, growth, reliability. Now these values are your basic foundation when building your personal brand, because all these core values will go with you everywhere. Doesn't matter whether you're still in university or when you leave the university, when you work in organization 2 years, 3 years down the road. These are your grounding rules. These are the values that will be with you throughout your journey in life. So that's step 2, Doreen.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
So far, no. I think Najwa will have question for the continuous for this question.
No,
Okay.
I will ask it later after we finish.
Okay. Okay, Ken.
Okay.
So where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. Step 2. Now
Step number
step 3.
Step 3.
Okay. So step number 3. Step number 3 takes a little bit of reflection and asking yourself hard questions. Yeah. So step 3 may sound like this. How do you want to be perceived by others? Yeah. Go back to your core values and reflect. Example, honesty, courage, kindness, growth. Are my actions reflecting my core values or not? So that's the these are some of the questions that you have to ask yourself. Yeah, or sometimes we think that we are all of this, but that we later on we discovered that the perception is not reliability. Are we demonstrating this in our daily interaction with family and friends? So these are all tough questions, because we don't really see it. So core values, we ask ourselves, are we demonstrating all of this? And so how are we going to validate these core values and demonstrating all of this? We ask our family and friends and lecturers as well. Am I so and so? Am I this and this? What do you think? So those are the hard questions. Step 4, Doreen and Najwa, think a little bit more about your audience or your target. Okay, so who are your audience or target market? Generally, for fresh grads, that would be the prospective employers. Start creating your profile on platforms such as on LinkedIn and some other professional platform. I think so far LinkedIn is one of the best, so I highly recommend this platform. Simply because 95% of recruiters they are on LinkedIn. 95%, and they use LinkedIn as a major sourcing tool to find candidates. That's a lot. And connect with potential recruiters. And I think our fresh grads will have half of the better one over there the minute they register. And just like you and I, we have friends on LinkedIn. Expand the network for fresh grads. This is key, right? Yeah, expand network. It's just like going to networking session. Expand network. Connect with people. Go out in groups to attend networking session, and go out and meet people. Now, Doreen and Najwa, I've got a tips, and this is based from my observation. A lot of our young grads, they are creative lots, but they don't create their online portfolio where we can access and take a look at it. So if that person is a creative person, right, ensure that you build your online portfolio to showcase your capabilities. Have a blog, for instance, to showcase your portfolio, your videos, your script writing, your pictures, example. Have it nicely done. It's not expensive anyway. Use a free platform like WordPress and all that. So build that. So that's step 4. Any questions so far?
No, not yet. So it's quite clear.
Quite clear, kan? Okay. So step 5. Crucial. Elevator pitch. Elevator pitch. Yeah, okay. This you might need some help because you have to design, write it down, and have it articulated well in front of somebody else to make sure that it sounds right. Elevator pitch will take about 30 to 40 seconds only. That's it. Any longer than that, people might not want to listen to you. So 30-40 seconds, and there are basic steps to writing your elevator pitch. Example, introduce yourself by stating your name, which university you attend, yeah, when you will be graduating, your major and career aspiration. So write it down, these few steps, and try to, what do you call that, and try to practice. The more you practice, the better it sounds. And you can customize it to the, when you meet somebody, you can customize it.
Okay, Hanie. Just now we discussed on elevated speech, right? So I also remembered that you were talking that about step number 1, the things you are good at, and then step number 2, the core values. Is it possible for students to to include these 2 elements into their elevated speech?
Okay, good question. Now here's the thing about elevator pitch. You have to customize it according to where you are. The example that I just gave is most suitable for when you are out in networking session. After saying hi, introducing your name, and of course, which university you attend to and all that. These steps would be most suitable in a social setting where you go out with some friends and networking in a networking event. But if you are creating an elevator pitch for interview session, that would be a little bit different. Then only you add on other things such as the areas that you're good at. Example, your career aspiration. That would be more suitable for interview session, not for social setting. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a walking advertisement, walking billboard.
Yeah, okay. So would you say students should have at least two types of elevator pitch?
Yep. I agree with you. There are 2 types of elevator speech. Again, it needs to be customized according to wherever they are and whoever that they're meeting. But elevator pitch number 1 is for social setting. When you get into the MRT, example, when you are at the cafeteria, sometimes at the kenduri also people will ask you, so what do you do? This is in social setting. So that's your elevator pitch 1. Elevator pitch 2 would be for interview session. Again, it's highly customized and there are steps to that process. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Hanie. I think that's very clear.
I have question, Hanie. Okay, because we are talking I'm very interested in this elevator pitch because now currently in career development unit we actually try to come up with something related to elevator pitch. So my question now, like you have explained that what is the purpose and why they are doing what kind of audience that they can target and so on. But question, how they should shoot that particular short elevator pitch? It should be a sitting setting. I mean, sitting, they can sit anywhere, or they need to do something that is live to actually show the elevator pitch.
Okay. So let me try to understand this question. How are they going to utilize this elevator pitch? Is that what it is?
Not utilize, how they want to start this elevator pitch, because we already know what they need to have. Like if CD, we can always put it in a soft copy or hard copy. So like elevator pitch, how they should start to do that elevator pitch.
Okay. How do they start? Right on. Okay. For this purpose, especially, okay, so coming back to the basic, putting it out there. How are you going to make sure people see you, using this elevator pitch? I'll give one example. If you're using LinkedIn, then you can have it in your LinkedIn summary. So you have it over there.
Okay.
Okay, so number one. Number two, if you're in networking session in social setting, that might be a little bit different. That's when shake hand, and usually people will ask, so what do you do? Tell me a little bit about yourself. So that's when you pull out your elevator pitch, your 30-40 second, and start saying. So the more you do it, the better it may sound, as I mentioned. The script doesn't really change that much. It's just different scenario and different audience. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. You answered my question, yes.
Okay. Doreen, are we moving to the next question?
Yeah. Okay, Hanie. The next question will be, okay, what are the objectives and also goals that the graduate can commit in order to creating the you part in the brand?
Okay, yes. Let's talk about goals and objectives. Big words, right?
Yeah, very big word.
Now, one of my favorite books. Let me rephrase that. One of the favorite contents that came out from a book is from Stephen Covey's Seven Habits.
Yep.
Okay, and I would like to highlight habit number 2, which is one of my favorites out of the 7. Habit number 2 says, begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. So we start by thinking, what's your end goal? What's the end game here? Where am I heading? What do I aspire to be? And then the next step is anyone out there that I admire, that I like to look up to, one of my lecturers, for example, somebody else in the industry that I like. So let's start with that. Start with habit number 2 for your number 1. Okay, begin with the end in mind. So let's start with that. Next, start writing it down. Start writing it down. How do you want it to be? Remember, we asked the question, where am I heading? So start writing down the possible scenarios, the possible end goals that you want. If you have something like 5, 10, it's okay, write it down. And number 3, this is kind of a bit of a challenge to a lot of people, is start doing it. Start writing it down. Take a piece of paper and a pen, set a time, schedule it, allocate 1 hour to think about it, and just start doing this. And the next step is, the minute you start doing it, after writing it down, you start doing it, and start assessing, and along the way, it's always along the way to find your voice. So first few times, the goals and objectives may sound a little bit strange, but that's okay, because this is always work in progress. Don't have to be perfect all the time for a start. Yeah, but the important part is start doing first, and do your realignment along the way. I can almost guarantee you, once you start doing it, you'll find your voice, and then only the goals start to look clearer and clearer, until you can see it in front of your eyes. It has a shape now. You can actually describe it, and maybe perhaps you can even smell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Hanie, what are the mechanisms that the graduate should discover or to pay attention along the way?
Okay. Tough conversation between me, myself, and I actually find this one of the toughest. There's several mechanisms I think that graduates can use to discover on their journey while realigning, their unique proposition. Number one, very important. I have 3 tips here. Check and validate often your core values versus your actions.
Okay.
So, yeah, check and validate your core values versus your actions. Do this by checking out with family and friends. You can even talk to your lecturers, and it's okay. Have that open conversation by saying, I want to. Can I borrow a few minutes of your time? I wanted to check on this. Yeah. So have that discussion. So when we start to have that discussion with family and friends and lecturers, we need to be open to positive feedback to improve the personal brand, because feedbacks are the only other way to improve ourselves. Okay, sometimes it may sound painful for us to hear. And not comfortable during that feedback, I think we'll be in the right place, because areas of improvement comes from bridging the gaps that we have. Okay, and the next one, this is the next tips that I love to share with a lot of my audience. Do you have icons that you adore, that you like, their posts, whatever that they do outside there, and these icons possess core values which are aligned to yours. So, example, on LinkedIn myself, I have quite a number of people that I follow. That's you, Doreen.
Okay.
And Najwa, even you guys post up something so relevant, especially for your department. I think that's so relevant. I like that. And there are quite a number of other people that I just adore reading their posts, because it is just so authentic. Yeah, observe what they write, how they behave in social media, online and offline even. And this is where you need to harness this sort of engagement, and knowledge through events, through networking session. Observe how they are online and offline. The best personal brand, I feel, is that you have to be authentic online and offline. How you behave online should not be different than your offline. Then it is authentic. If your online persona is all this, rosy and peachy, and then when somebody meets you on the street and they think that you're so snobbish, I think that's not personal brand anymore. That's like playing in a movie. It's not you. So the best personal brand, the best personal brand is to be your authentic you, online and offline. So that's my tips.
Thank you, Hanie. Doreen?
Does that make sense? Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. It does. Are we moving to the next question?
Yes. Okay. This question is something that I think it's a very important question in this whole creating you, because it's like how to establish a vision statement as you in order to brand themselves as a graduate. Because for me, fresh graduate is someone or a group of individuals who are really, really fresh, that they really, really have to outstand in the market.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Almost like going to a battle, isn't it? Gotta make sure all your arsenals are in place. All your tools in this toolbox, and you open up And the minute you want to go to battle, you open up the box and then you pick and choose what tools you want. And mission statement is one of the so-called tools that you need to have in your toolbox. Yeah, and mission statement as well, Doreen, I find it a bit of a challenge, not just for fresh grads, but even the not so fresh grads to design and write it down. I will try to put it in a way where it will be quite easy to understand in terms of concept and the how to. We're okay with that, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, so why do we need a mission statement? Why we need a mission statement is because the minute we have it designed, written down and articulated, it will inspire us. And not only that it will inspire us, it will also transform our mindset because it's already a statement, it's already there. So there's all kinds of mission statements. I will share some examples just in a bit, so bear with me. So mission statements, they serve a few purposes, inspire, they transform mindset, and it will be your guiding principle as you move along in your journey in life. Because it's mission statement. This is mission. I'm going heading towards this. So this will be my guiding principle. Example. Yeah, let me share a few examples about mission statement. Everyone knows what Google is. It's global. So if we take a look at Google's mission statement, it sounds like this: to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So think a little bit about what Google does. And their mission statement, it just goes hand in hand. You understand what they're trying to do. The next mission statement that I would like to share. Everyone knows the famous coffee, right? Starbucks. All of us goes to Starbucks. I miss Starbucks. So Starbucks mission statement sounds like this: to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. So if you look at where Starbucks are in terms of location, what do? They inspire and nurture the human spirit. You come in, into an outlet, they wish you good morning, good afternoon, and they're always spirited. They're always these happy faces, very good, human spirit. One person, one cup, one neighborhood. Sometimes you will see one neighborhood with very small Starbucks, but that's what it is. This is their vision. This is their mission in life, so to speak. What about Walt Disney? Everybody knows Walt Disney. We all grew up with Disney's cartoons. Everyone, I think almost everyone.
Yeah.
So the mission statement is, this is very interesting, very simple. The mission statement sounds like this: to make people happy. Oh, very good. Make people happy. I think there are not one single human being who have watched Disney's movie who is not happy. Whatever cartoon that you've watched under Disney, it just touches your heart, makes you happy. It plays along with your heart, your emotion. You're there, and it makes you happy. I love it. So somebody the other day asked me, Honey, do you have your mission statement? And I said, yes, I personally have my own mission statement. It took me a while to fine tune my mission statement because I was looking for that voice. I will share this with both of you and to our audience. My mission statement sounds like this: I help my clients to find happiness clarity, and fulfillment in their career journey. So there are three or four things over there: happiness, clarity, and fulfillment. So I figured that we cannot just stop at happiness. We need to find that clarity, and not only that happiness and clarity, but also fulfillment. So that's my own mission statement. Yeah. Next, Doreen and Najwa, I would like to share 3 steps on how to establish a mission statement for fresh grads. Yeah. So there are 3 steps. I would like to start the first step with Elon Musk question: why?
Why?
So your why, you need to find your why. My why, for example, my why is to be the best in what I do so my parents can be proud of me. Or my why is to create. Yeah. And then after you've written down your why, stop for a moment, read it again, and reflect. Is your why makes me is my why makes me happy and fulfilled? Is it something that I'm looking for? Yeah. So I'm going back. For example, my why is to be the best in what I do so my parents can be proud of me. It sounds about right. So the next question is this going to make me happy by doing the best that I can so my parents can be proud? Would this make me feel fulfilled as I move along in life? Yeah, so that's the first step. And the next step is write your life aspiration. So life aspiration is huge. The world is your oyster. Don't stop anything short. Ask yourself questions. Example, what do you want to do? Really, ask this question. What do you want to do? Dream your biggest goals. It's okay if they say your dream is unachievable. That's okay. That's not theirs. You have to ask yourself, what do you want to do? I want to climb the highest mountains in the world. Example, yeah. I want to travel to all of the continents by the age of 25. So write your life aspiration. This will motivate you. Write it down, articulate it, take a look at it, have timeline. So that's step number 2. Step number 3, keep it short. Yeah, keep it short and simple. Kiss.
Kiss.
Yeah, kiss. Example. The statement may sound like this: to use my skills as a doctor to heal the sick so that they can lead healthy, happy life and contribute positively for the community. See? So when we go back to the first step, which is the why, you will see the why relates to healing the sick so that they can lead healthy and happy life and to contribute positively for the community. So that's your why. Yeah. And the life aspiration may sound like this: I want to be a doctor, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be an engineer. So that's life aspiration, but this is enhanced life aspiration. So it's a mesh between your why and your life aspiration. Write it down, and hopefully it will be your mission statement. Write it down. You may have like 4 or 5 mission statement written down. Pick the ones that calls out your name, that makes you happy, and you think you can live within the guidance of your mission statement. I think once you've done that, that would be a perfect new journey for everyone actually to have their guiding principle guiding them in life. So hopefully there you go, 3 steps, very very simple. Start with your why, write your life aspiration, keep it short, and have a few and select one that calls out for your name the most. There you go.
Thank you, Hanie. Thank you. I think that is a very fruitful discussion that we just had. I really hope that IMU student will watch this video and take note about it. Start writing, as what Hanie just mentioned. Okay, start today, guys. Start.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Doreen,
Thank
you
you,
want to say
Doreen.
anything?
Okay, I'm just want to recap, like we have covered the personal branding 101 last week, and then this week we are talking about creating the foundation of you as a brand. So I think basically if our students have questions about this today's topic, they can actually email to us on this below email, careerdev@imu.edu.my, and will be very happy to answer your question, but make sure that when you put in your question, you precisely ask the question so that we can actually reply to you, so that you won't get confused. Okay, we have 2 more topics, right, Hanie, Najwa? So
Yes.
the another 2 more topic
Forward
will
to that.
be, yes, the another 2 more topic will be designing your personal brand, and then empower your toolbox. So
Yes,
I hope the IMU student will stay tuned, and please follow our IMU Facebook career development, and then let's connect on LinkedIn, IMU career development LinkedIn, and also don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, Industrial Partnership and Career Development. So till then, we will go for the next topic next week. So see you.